And here we are. We're back on the show. It's me, Hugh Ivy's here. She actually made it.
Yep. And I rode my bike today for those of you who tune in regularly.
That's right. She rode her bike.
Ever.
Yeah. So, we're looking forward to our next guest here. We got
World Peace in the studio.
World Peace. There he is.
And he's a producer. This guy is amazing. And but first and foremost, we want to find out, how did you become World Peace?
Well, World Peace is my stage name because it's what we need as a human race. So when I was 19 years old, I decided I was going to embark on a challenge. No screens after 6 for a month.
Very cool.
No television screen, no phone, no computer, no video games for one whole month.
For a whole month.
It was a challenge. It was how to get rich in 30 days. So at this point, I was not a musician. I was 19, out of high school. I was working at Costco pushing buggies. So throughout this month, you know, after 6 o'clock, you might get bored because you're not thumbing around, right? So I read a book called The Power in Now that taught me to live in the present moment and be aware of my own mind. So I need all of you to say world peace in your head without using your mouth. Now realize you heard it, but you didn't hear it with your ears. That's you aware of your mind. That's the same mind that'll stress you out, suck you in, keep you up at night. So I became aware that I can step back from my mind and not let it control my life and suck me in. Instead, I could use it to accomplish my goals and dreams. So I decided at that point, I'm going to be a rapper now and make, music. It wasn't even world peace music at the time. It was just, I'm going to be a rapper. And then I learned to put positive thoughts in my mind and reprogram my mind. And that led to me only writing positive lyrics to train my mind to think positive. And then I read another book called A New Earth that taught me to clear my mind through meditation and conscious breath. And that really set it off for me. That allowed me to stay present. And ever since then, that was in 2016, I put out, I think, 11 mixtapes, 15 albums, all just super positive, happy music to uplift everybody. And the reason I'm called World Peace is because these little World Peace stickers I have here, I used to give out little blank business cards that said World Peace. And I live in Sudbury, Ontario. I give them out to every single person I seen, and everyone started calling me World Peace. So I just ran with it. And that's how they call me World Peace, That's why I'm World Peace.
Amazing, because that's meant to be.
Can I have one of those cards?
Yeah, for sure.
Are they fridge magnets as well?
You know how rappers carry stacks of money? I carry stacks of World Peace stickers. I'll give you a stack.
Thank you.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's great.
We're gonna hold this up. So, I mean, you've been at this for 5 years, and my background is in publishing and writing, and I love hearing when people, especially young people, are reading and going off screens. We've got the World Peace sticker, and this is an incredible story. And in this process, you've got tips for producers.
Oh yeah.
And up and coming producers, and this program you were telling us about. Can you just fill us in? Like, you were downloading this program, Fruity Loops.
Yeah. So for any upcoming producer that wants to get into music, I heavily recommend you learning how to make your own beats. If you want to be a rapper, you obviously should learn how to record yourself, mix and master all your own music. That way you can make a song at any moment. At any moment's notice, you can make a song. Like, we could make a song within 20, 30 minutes. It might take another 20, 30, 40, 50 to mix and master and perfect the song, put the effects. But if you get prolific at using any digital audio workstation, you could produce your own music as much as you want, and you don't have to pay a studio. So I learned that, and I downloaded the FL Studio. It used to be called Fruity Loops. So it's not Fruity Loops, it's FL Studio.
She's writing it down.
There's a free demo on their website. And every year when the new one comes out, you can download the newest, latest, and greatest. It doesn't have every plugin, but they have a few plugins that are very potent, and they have a lot of different instruments. And you can hook up your microphone to it. And the only thing is, you cannot save your project. You have to export it into MP3 or WAV. WAV is the higher quality audio form that musicians use. So you have to export it. You can't save the file, but you can save the audio. So then you can bring the audio back and edit it later. So it forced me just to create a whole song in one session. So if we sit down in the studio, if you want to make a song with me, we're finishing that song that day. I'm sending it to my distributor. It's being released that second. Tomorrow it'll be out on all social media, everything, So
with even that, you created a new technique, like you've trained yourself to get it done right the first time in a way. And it's like you're the new Frank Sinatra because you're getting on that first thing.
Like right now, perfect example would be, I'll explain to you how I would come up with a song in the studio. So this is now back to the tips and tricks, right? So you don't need an expensive setup. You just need a computer. So I was using this dusty HP Pavilion that I bought in the 11th grade when I just got a job washing dishes. I got my first couple paychecks. I probably had $1,000. This was when I wasn't making music. I bought this HP when I was 16, 17, maybe, probably 16. So 9 years ago. And that computer at this point, the battery doesn't work. You have to keep it half off a table so it doesn't overheat. So if it overheats, you lost your whole project. If the power goes up, there's no battery. You lose your whole project. So I had to get quick. I had to go boom, 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 boom. I had to work it, right? So basically, this is how I would come up with a song. I plug in my keyboard. You don't need a keyboard on those digital audio workstations. You can use the actual keyboard to play your instrument, right? So you can have that as a keyboard. So you don't need a keyboard. That's in a future investment. You don't need that now. You literally just need the digital audio workstation, FL Studio free demo. You need a microphone to record your vocals, obviously. And I would get Audio-Technica M50 headphones. They're really good. Like they're $200. They're expensive. That's where I'd put the money in those headphones. I would buy, a $50 microphone, use whatever computer you have. That's really all you need. Cause after that, you can just go and play it in your car, and check it out, show your friends. But basically this is my process right here. So I plug in my laptop, plug in my keyboard, turn it on, and I would just go, so that and then I'm now grooving. Now we're just bouncing our head. You can picture the beat. Then hey, I'm grateful to be alive today. Every second I gotta celebrate. We can elevate, lose all the hate, feel super grateful. Hey, and it's that easy.
Nike commercial, dude.
It's done. And if all I have to do is record it. All you need is any microphone, and on those programs you can put little effects on it, tweak your vocals. I'm not the best producer ever, but I've made, like I said, I made 11 mixtapes, 15 albums in the last 5 years.
Wow.
Just go. And 95% of those beats were me.
Are we going to hear any of those today, or do we have time?
Do you have time?
You wanted to
I want to hear what it is.
Okay, you say what you want.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I got some questions about those books.
Oh,
were those both Eckhart Tolle?
Yes, they
books?
were. Have you read them?
I haven't read them.
Old man, they changed my whole life. I used to just be a partier kid, going to parties, chasing girls, working at Costco, getting money, and I was even aware at the time that you can invest in mutual funds. This is another little tip for your viewers. This is a financial tip, how to finesse the financial system. So at this point, you can invest once you're 18 into a tax-free savings account, and you can invest in mutual funds. So at 18, you get, I think, $6,500 is your contribution limit, and everyone a year older has an extra little bit of limit. The max limit is, I think, like 80 grand for the older generation that had it when they were over 18 when it came out in 2009. Don't quote me on that, but basically, when you're 18, 19, whatever, how old you are, when you're young though, if you put in $100 a week and have it invested in a mutual fund that can garner 7-8% return, you will have like around $2 million if it stays like that. That's just how the compound interest calculator works at this moment. I'm just letting you know it might change. Don't quote me, but it might change.
Okay, world peace. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Now we got some accounting tips, some tax tips. We got some FL Studio tips.
I had to give him that, because like that, when I learned that, I was like, really? Like that's that easy? But so like at that point, I literally was just a regular kid, and then I read those books, The Power of Now and A New Earth, and they changed the whole trajectory of my life. I
got to ask you, okay, so there you were living in Sudbury, chasing girls. Now, how old were you when you read, I guess, The Power of Now?
The Power of Now I read when I was 19, and then A New Earth I read when I was 20.
Okay, so before that, and then you were reading the book, and then at some point when you're reading the book, you had this moment of like epiphany.
The Power Now, it was so comical because that book's about 250 pages, 300 pages maybe. I read 40 pages and I was like, this guy's just repeating himself. Live in the moment, watch your mind. It's that easy. And I didn't even read the book. I was like, I'm going to go live my life because it was so drastic. The amount of content in the first 40 pages of that book. So I didn't read that book for another 3 years. I only read 40 pages and I'm living in the moment now.
You did it.
I've read it twice since.
Okay. So you don't need to read the book, right? But you do need to live in the moment. So you kind of got it after even only reading 40
after reading 20 pages. I'm like, this guy's just repeating himself.
So okay,
all right, I'm going to go live.
So for people watching right now, they don't have the book. Do they need the book, or can you tell them right now what do they need to do to kind of, because it's a great attitude that you got, right? So, like to kind of get into that state.
Just gonna hit that up a little bit. But so I've recently been able to describe this in a very effective way. So I need you all to take a deep breath. And now just allow yourself to be aware that there's air flowing in and out of your body. We're just right here in the present moment. This is where we are right now. So I didn't learn it in this order, but I feel like the conscious breath is the most powerful tool in my awareness to stay present. And from that state, you can be aware of your mind. So say world peace in your head again without using your mouth, and realize you heard it without your ears. That's you aware of your mind. That's the same mind that'll suck you in, all that good stuff. You can step back from your mind and you can catch it. So I practice catching my mind whenever it would pop up with thoughts. And whenever it tried to suck me in, I'd be like, whoa, no. I'm not the mind. The mind is just a tool that's been conditioned by my family, friends, and society. So I step back from my mind and I practice being aware of my mind. In Eckhart Tolle's book, he calls it Watch the Thinker. So that's that. Practice being aware of your mind. And then the positive thoughts, I read that in a book called The Slight Edge. I do not know the author, but that book basically says take small steps every single day, move forward, and it will compound over time, like compound interest or like practicing any skill. So I started putting positive thoughts in my head little by little. And then I realized if I just write positive songs only, it'll reprogram my mind. So you can also listen to positive music, read positive books, consume positive content like this beautiful radio show, thatchannel.com, woohoo. So basically that right there was the positive thought side of it. And I just practice that. And then the clearing of mind, I just practice that once again through the conscious breath, clearing my mind. And I just practice that skill. And then the fourth, I didn't bring this up yet, that's embracing your emotions. So let's say a thought pops in your head and you catch it and it shoots emotions into your body. And now you're feeling a crazy type of way.
Yeah, you could be feeling angry or sad or whatever.
I don't really like using those words. I like using heavy, light, tense, loose, slow, fast, exhausted, energized, because words like that are they're more descriptive. They're easier to share. When you say mad, your mad's different than mine. I don't know what 3 letters means. You know what I mean? I don't know what mad actually means. Like, think about it. What does mad actually mean? So like, with regards to the emotions, you can have your mind pop up with something, right? Or a situation happens in the world, your mind's thinking something, shoots emotions in your body. This is something that can easily happen. If you're stuck in your head, if you're not right here aware of all this, you can get stuck in that cycle where you're thinking, oh my God, this situation's happening. Oh my God, now you're feeling all heavy and tight and slow and exhausted. And then you're thinking, oh my God, I feel so bad. Oh my God, I feel like shit. Oh my God. And then it shoots more emotions in your body. And then the cycle perpetuates itself without you even being aware of it. So I've realized that I can step back from my mind, catch that. And if the emotions shoot through my body, I just consciously breathe.
So if you feel
allow
heavy,
them to be.
I love that. And now if you feel heavy, and what do you like in that moment? So if one wants to move away from saying I feel sad or angry or depressed, but so that you feel heavy, and then do you try to focus on world peace in your head, that word, bring that in?
For me, saying world peace in your head, the only reason I said that is because it could be any word. You could say love in your head. You could say happiness. It's just to use your mind. That's the only reason I wanted you to say that in your head without using your mouth. Just to use your mind.
When you feel heavy, then you use your mind.
No, when I feel heavy, I just clear my mind, and I'm just amazed that we exist and our bodies can feel emotions. So for me, I try and stay very present, and I've really, really practiced these skills, and they're now habits for me. So the last time my body felt intense emotions was about 3-4 days ago. I learned something about radio advertising. And the ad is going to be a 15-second clip, and it's going to be the first 15 seconds of a song that I made in Atlanta, Georgia, that was produced by Zaytoven, who produced Usher's whole last album. Wow. So after I got off the phone, I decided I need to call him to make sure it was all good that I do this, right? Because I hadn't released the song yet. I've had it for a year. So I called him up, he answered the phone, and then the phone call got disconnected, and he called me right back I answered the phone, do, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo. He basically said it's all good. He was busy, and the phone call ended. But I just felt such an intense, light, energetic, powerful feeling because I just had a Grammy award-winning producer call me back, you know, when the phone call got disconnected. So like, it was a very powerful moment. And I was just like breathing and embraced those emotions. So like, it can work on either side, positive, or like if you're, let's say you're out in public and someone runs up to you and just cusses you out, right? It could shoot some heavy emotions in your body. And now you're feeling heavy and super like tense and like jittery. See, I like words like that because you know what I mean when I say tense and jittery. Like that's really easy to describe and to empathize and get into those shoes. So, and in those situations, I would just go like, and just let them be. You know what I mean? Let those emotions be and be aware of them and clear my mind and not judge the fact that I'm feeling this way. Just allow myself to be alive in this present moment and just allow them to be. And that's where I'm at right now. I just allow them to be, and they usually just fizzle out and they just like slowly calm down. You wake up the next morning and it's like, it may pop up again in your head. You guys must have realized the night before you may be thinking about something stuck in your head, but then you fall asleep, you wake up in the morning and it's not the first thing in your head when you wake up, but then it pops up in your head. Do you ever notice that happens?
And that changes your emotional state, right?
Do you notice that happens ever to yourselves?
Yeah.
Where you wake, like you were stressing the night before, you fell asleep, you had a good night's sleep, you woke up, you weren't stressing, and then it popped up in your head and it started spinning again and shot more emotions in your body. Have you ever noticed that happen? It's very slight because it takes like, it could take 2 seconds when you wake up in the morning. And then, you know what I mean? Now you're like awake. And then you're like, oh, it pops up. You know what I mean? So like in that situation, that happened to me recently. A situation happened that caused me to feel intense. I'm not going to explain the situation because I don't want to perpetuate that situation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was causing me to feel super intense emotions all day. The situation involved my mother. You know, it was a weird, and my mother and another party. Weird situation, feeling these heavy emotions. And then I went to bed, woke up, and it was all chilling. And then boom, it popped up. But now I'm now distanced from it. You know, I'm twice as distant because I experienced it disappeared and then it popped up and it wasn't as powerful as the first time. And then by, a few more deep breaths, it was just like, let's go, rock and roll, positive vibes, happy all the time.
This is amazing. What do you want to talk more about, like producers you've worked or artists you've worked with? I mean, you've already worked with the one guy. Oh my God! Please.
Zaytoven.
Yeah.
You know Zaytoven? No. Zaytoven was the producer that got Gucci Mane to start rapping. You know Gucci?
I don't.
Oh, okay. I've been listening to Gucci since I was like a kid. You know.
I always think about that other guy. I forget it. Anyways,
Gucci Gang, that guy. But
yeah, Gucci Gang song.
But you know who Usher is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Zaytoven did Usher's whole last album, all 8 songs.
Wow.
All 8 songs. Like the whole album starts off with the little kid saying Zaytoven.
So how did you connect with Zaytoven?
He called him, but we don't
No. I met him before. I just have his number now. But what happened was a week before the coronavirus came over to Canada and shut the whole country down, I decided, since I know Zaytoven lives in Atlanta, I'm going to pull up in Atlanta, and I knew what church he was at. So I pulled up at his church, and I go to church. So I pulled up in a suit and tie. I love church. I love the energy in a church. It's so positive. It's so uplifting. It makes you feel like you're floating. And I'm the guy that sits in the front row of the church, stands up, sings every song, because it's just such powerful energy, right?
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer for me to drive through the United States to Atlanta, pull up at his church. No-brainer to me. I pull up there, met up with him, told him I came all the way from Canada to make a song with you. He invited me to play basketball with him the next day. I went and shot hoops with him the next day. And then the day after, we made the song at Patchwork Recording Studio in Atlanta. And it was sweet because I'd never been in a recording studio before because I would just make my own songs. So that was the only time I ever had to book studio time because I just have my own studio. Like, you know what I mean? We could make a song right here. You know what I mean? So like I walked in there and there's like plaques on the wall, like Destiny Child plaques, like platinum plaques, Usher's platinum plaques, like, you know what I mean? It was wild walking through Patchwork's recording studio, seeing all these plaques on the wall, all these major artists. Like, I'm pretty sure there's Outkast plaques in there. just the most beautiful studio rooms. And the song, it was super cool because the engineer, his name was Luke. He engineered me, and as we were mixing it after, he was telling me he records Future. You guys know Future. You guys aren't. I guess you guys aren't too deep into the hippity hip hop. But
we know.
Future did a whole album with Drake, like in 2015 or 14 or something like that.
Oh, okay. I know Drake. Well, obviously.
So like he literally recorded Future in that same booth that I was recording in, and we made the song quick. Like I can make a song like that. The song's called "I Believe in Myself." It's not out yet, but it'll be out soon. I'm thinking it's coming out real soon. But I don't know. There's a cool experience, and yeah,
that's an amazing story.
Yeah.
So we don't have too much time left. I don't know. Should we play a track or should we just keep talking?
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta sing one song.
No, you know what we could do? We could
let me know if you're ready for this song.
We're ready.
We're ready.
I need your help though.
Okay.
I need your help.
All right.
Woo, woo. I need your help. So this song is about Mother Earth. I love Mother Earth. So when I say I love, you guys say Mother Earth. When I say I love, you guys say Mother Earth. Like that. I love
Mother Earth.
I love
Mother
Earth. Mother Earth, you're so gorgeous. When I walk in the forest, I feel enormous like a Tyrannosaurus. Woo! I feel supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Mother Earth, we gotta cherish. Mother Earth, we gotta nourish her so she can flourish. Yes, sir. I love Mother Earth. Hey, the birds, the bees, the trees, Mother Nature, she's a beauty queen. You know what I mean, jelly bean. Feel the good frequencies when you breathe. All right, now I love, and you say Mother Earth. Everyone, I love Mother Earth. Louder. I love Mother Earth. If you love Mother Earth, say woo. I'm walking in the back trails. Whoa. I'm not here to track snails. No. I'm just here to relax and let my love flail. I love Mother Earth. Woo. Hey. We all depend on Mother Earth for food, water, shelter. Mother Nature's got that major flavor. Woohoo! Okay, when I say I love, you guys say Mother Earth. I love Mother Earth. Give it up for Mother Earth. Woo! Mother Earth.
Such great energy. I think that's
fantastic.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys being a part of that song. I made that because I used to live on Manitoulin Island.
Oh, cool.
And every day I would go to a nice little area and I would just freestyle songs. I would just come up with songs. And that was just one of the songs I just came up with one day. And now I perform it all the time. Anytime I do a show, I'm performing it.
Where did you live on Manitoulin?
Spring Bay at Fred's Camp.
Okay. That's near.
Oh, I shouldn't be saying that. It's a low key spot, Fred's
Oh.
Camp. It's like a campground you rent out, but it's low key. It's low key. So like if you heard this here, man, don't tell nobody. You can go, but just don't tell you. You know what I mean?
Keep the secret.
Keep it on the down low. You know.
Yeah.
Can't be too many people there. You know.
You could perform it like World Peace Day or Earth Day with song. With
we got
song.
Sonic Dave wants to do the World Peace Powwow.
Oh,
What?
cool.
Where's that?
Yeah, well, he hasn't announced the location yet, although he does live in the
Cold water.
no, he lives in Six Nations near Brantford.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's close by.
Yeah.
That sounds like a vibe.
Yeah.
Might have
He's
to
a
go.
cool guy.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. So, okay, a couple minutes left, which is great because I'm really enjoying this conversation. World Peace. So we got your info running, so people can get in touch with you. They can text you, call you, email you, all that kind of stuff. But what are you working on right now that you want to let people know about? Yeah.
Right now? So right now, I'm in the process of getting Toronto yelling world peace. So since we're right here right now, whoever's in Toronto right now, I need you to send me a text message at 249-878-5510. 249-878-5510. The first person to text me in Toronto gets a free World Peace hoodie. I'll come deliver it to you, sing you a song. 249-878-5510. Shoot me that text message.
Amazing.
First person to text me is getting a free World Peace hoodie. I'll come deliver it to you and sing you a song, you know?
And that's right now because you're down from Sudbury. So
Are you
Right
just
now.
visiting
For real.
from Sudbury right now? You got to go back?
Yeah, I came down just to spread the good energy, you know, just because in Sudbury, I go around the city and people yell world peace. So I need Toronto yelling world peace.
we need it more than ever.
Now, have you had a chance to perform?
Yeah, I went on tour a couple times.
And okay, where did you play?
All across Canada.
Wow.
But different bars all across the city. Or
Anywhere
all
in
across the country.
How about Sudbury itself?
I've done a bunch of shows. So, you know,
Okay.
I've done the Subway Arena, you know, halftime shows. See, I'm the kind of artist that doesn't curse, so I can perform anywhere. I can perform for children. I can perform for grown. My first ever performance, think about this. My first ever rap performance was at a church 2 days before Christmas for a bunch of senior citizens. Just because the musical director that I never met before vouched for me off one phone call. And that was my first ever performance. Like, it's wild. I'm just spreading good energy out here, singing happy songs. So, like, any stage I get on, my mission is to get the whole crowd to feel the positive energy and to be a part of my songs.
That's amazing. And I know people can find out more on your website. I want people we didn't talk about TikTok. We've got 1 minute left. Now, you just released a series on TikTok.
Yeah.
Quickly fill us in on that.
So the series is How I Became World Peace. So I delved into basically my story around being present and becoming aware of being present in my mind, putting positive thoughts in my head, clearing my mind, and embracing my emotions. And I sort of just described all that in a 15-part series on TikTok. So it's World Peace Jesus Christ on TikTok. I own World Peace Jesus, but I don't know the password. Like, I'm locked out of my own account. So like I had to put Christ at the end. And the reason my usernames are all World Peace Jesus Christ is because Jesus is the peace man. He's the peace man out here. And we're all one here in the now. We're all one. You, me, we're all one family in the present moment. So we're all connected as one, you know? So Jesus is connected with me as well, you know?
Okay, we only got 20 seconds left, world peace. But how are we going to get through this whole COVID crisis? So what's the future look like? 30 seconds.
The future looks bright. Look up at the sky. Take a deep breath. Live in the present moment. Give hugs, you know?
That's what it's about.
Connect with people. Smile.
Hugs are illegal, though.
I would still give them.
Yeah, man.
Come give me a hug, you know?
Yeah. That, and be positive, because positivity it changes the brain and makes people healthy.
Yeah, and like this is one thing I'm going to say super quick. 10 things to get healthier. Eat your vegetables. Drink lots of water. Drink lots of water some more. Eat more vegetables. Exercise. Breathe fresh air, connect with people, read books, have sex, and just like love yourself overall. Those things are way more important than getting a vaccine. You know what I mean? All these things, those are way more important things for your own health. We need to focus on our own health and better ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically so we can move forward and inspire others so that our society as a human race can grow, improve, and get better.
Okay. Thank you, World Peace. That's awesome. Great to meet you. All the best. We want you to come back when you got that single coming out with the Zaytoven. And that's it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Woohoo! We'll be back tomorrow for more right here on 600 Club. Have a great day, everybody.
Hugh Riley and Ivy Reese.